Hi everyone, it's Pete from Product Sean Business Advice, and today is day 5 of the 12-hour cycle on how to make your business tick. Today we're on market research, and what this will cover I'll come on to in a moment, but before I do, I wanted to tell you about an invaluable resource in London at the British Library. The Business and IP Centre at the British Library has its own reading rooms where you can go in and find market data and information from numerous providers. In order to get access, you need to get a reader's pass. So you need to take proof of ID and proof of address. So this could be a driving license ideally, or a passport and proof of address in terms of a bill. Once you get your reader's pass, you can access the readers rooms in the entire library. But in the Business and IP Centre, you can access reports from people such as Mintel, Euromonitor, Passport, and a plethora of other providers, as well as access to the research assistants that operate in there. The library also offers partners information and advice who will be there to support you in your business needs. I'm one of them there. But let's move on to the market research itself. Market research is a really important part of your business plan. You want to be able to scope out the market that you're entering and look at what the trends are and the data-driven information that is available. You want to look at your competitors. You want to look at your suppliers to see what is of the moment and to get statistical data that you can add to your business plan itself. There are several types of market research. The first element is what I call primary research. And this is where you start to look at things that are flagged up in front of you in day-to-day life. If you were in the food business, you may be in an outlying area of London or another large conurbation of people where there aren't any coffee shops or cafes or that type of public service, if you like, available to people. And people may be saying, God, I wish we had this. There may be local press that says, we're crying out because this has closed down, we're looking for this. And your business may be that proposition that can fulfill that. So that could be an example of primary research, which is close to you and you've heard about. But then you want to move on to your secondary research. And this is where you start to really look into the detail of what is available in industry reports or in the press, for example. A lot of the main newspaper groups now in their publications have elements of sole trader or entrepreneurial information or articles that may give you some ideas. But one thing to remember whenever you're quoting any sorts of market research is to quote the source of that information. It validates what you're putting in and shows that it's not just your assumption, no offense, but it's a qualified one that has been recognized in these sorts of reports. So when you get that information, you want to delve into it in terms of its relevance to your business. How important is it for you to consider that and put it into your business plan? You may have a lot of information which you may want to put into the appendix and just call out the main points of your research. But what you're ultimately looking to do is demonstrate what is going on in the market and why you have a valid reason to be part of it. It's incredibly useful information for the reader to ascertain how valid and relevant your business proposition is. Now, I mentioned supplier research. This is also very important when you're starting to look at how you're going to get the tools or the stock or any of the provisions you need for your business. So when you're looking for suppliers, be sure to compare. It's a fundamental reason in looking for the best price is cross-quoting or cross-costing, I should say. Start looking at suppliers and give them a brief of what it is exactly what you're looking for. And use that same brief with each of the suppliers you're costing with. So you get an informed quotation, but you'll also then be able to validate which one is more appropriate to you. It may not just be price driven. It may be the service element added to it, but get a minimum of at least 3. Really important so that you can get a rough idea of what the proposition actually means to you and the price of it more importantly. This also comes into account when you're looking for your competitors and doing competitor research. Be sure to get a broad spectrum of the type of players that are in your sector, small, medium and large, because as I've said before, competition does have its weaknesses and you want to look out for those. Bigger organizations may be fantastic in their reach, but how good are they at answering the requests of customers or the questions of customers should things go wrong? This again is where small businesses can have a slight advantage in that they can react more quickly than larger organizations. But make sure you show the service, the pros and the cons of each one. The pros are things that you can adopt, and the cons are the things that you can improve upon. So think about that when you're writing your research. In terms of their pricing, this will give you an idea as to where you need to sit. I've said before that you think about being, if it was a product, in a shop window with competitors around you. Who would they be? Are you looking to compete at the top end, which is very prestigious, highly priced, but then the brands that you're probably coming up against probably have a serious cachet in terms of their brand value. So you may be able to compete, but you don't have their reputation. You may be going middle market, in which there may be a much wider representation of businesses. You may be going cheap, but that's a dangerous place to be because people can always get cheaper. Don't forget that. But this part of the plan, the research, will help you quantify and qualify all these aspects in terms of your competition. So do the work and look for the support and advice that you can get. So hopefully that's it for today, and it gives you answers to the burning questions around market research. But don't forget the British Library, and if you're looking at this from other countries around the world, then I'm sure there are central libraries where you are that offer business support. So seek them out, because this is where you can really qualify what your business is. I keep using that word qualify, but it's really important now for you to start scoping things out and justifying the reason for your business to exist. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And don't forget, if you have any questions, you can go to productshon.com, or you can contact me via the website with any specific concerns or questions you may have, and I'll be more than happy to help. So until tomorrow, that's it. Have a great day and see you soon.